Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. We've got at least a minyan, so yay for everybody who made it through the high winds. And if you're joining us from online, Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who are new or who are back after a long time, my name is Cantor Lauren Adesnik. I am very thrilled to be joined on the bima by our president and his wonderful, lovely wife, Mike and Beth Solomon. And of course, we're joined by our music director extraordinaire, Louie Bailey. If you're new and I haven't met you yet, I hope to meet you after services. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. How wonderful it is that we are here together in this moment. You can find the words on your song sheet. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. And it's my pleasure now, as we turn to page 2, to invite Mike and Beth to light our Shabbos candles. And I'll give you a head start. There you go. Alrighty.
Ready?
Yep.
Baruch
Yep.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
It's even windy in here.
It's struggling. I'm going to start reading that in English. There we go.
Do the English.
Oh, sure. Yes, please.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with your mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. And so we bring that light and the love and the Shabbos joy into our hearts. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And we turn to page 5, blessing the sweetness of creation with our kiddush. And it's, you kind of have to, yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim, to life. Thank you both very, very much. And I'm going to remember this time. It is time to, Louie smiling because I told him to remind me if I forgot. It is time to honor anyone who has celebrated a birthday this last month. So if we have any March birthdays, I've got something special for you. Come on up, Clint. Excellent. Anybody else? I'm going to say hi to my husband, Moshe, because his birthday was yesterday. And Clint, when was your birthday? The 9th. Mazel tov. So we're going to wish you a happy, happy birthday. Let's join together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Clint. Happy birthday to you. Yom Haledet Sameach. Yom Haledet Sameach. Yom Haledet Sameach. Yom Haledet Sameach. Mazel tov. May you have many, many years of blessing. And before you walk down the stairs, you get some really delicious mousse chocolate. Take that with you. Now you can walk. Now I just can't wait for my birthday so I get some. So I don't know about you. For me, this has been a pretty long week. And it's been a pretty eventful week, not just personally because I put together 2 different birthdays, but very eventful because of what has been happening across the world. Between the weeks of up and down government in Israel, from the devastation that happened just a few hours away from us in Nashville. It's been a week of holding my husband and my daughter close. And it's been a week of waiting for Shabbat, waiting for this time where we literally get, the word is karov. We become closer to God in this time. And so there's a psalm, Psalm 92. It's one of our psalms for Shabbat. It's called Mizmor Shir. We're going to actually sing some English words. The whole world is waiting for Shabbat. You can use your song sheet if you like. I'll guide you through it. And we're going to sing this together as what I like to call a nigun. A nigun is, traditionally it's a wordless melody, and we might sing some yai-lai-lais together on it. And it's meant to elevate and bring about a sense of transformation. And so I don't have a set number of times that we're going to sing this together, but when it feels right, we'll move from singing this together into Lecha Dodi, which is on page 20 in our Sidurim. And Lecha Dodi is that moment we have been waiting for all week. This moment when we welcome the Shabbat bride. And I want to offer these words. Come with me to meet Shabbat, forever a fountain of blessing. Still it flows as from the start, the last of days, for which the first was made. Meaning that it is for this day that God created the very first day. And when that day comes where peace reigns throughout the land, it is for that day that God made the first day. Please join with me. The whole world is waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting for Shabbat. Try with the whole world is waiting, waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting, little different, waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting, 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 waiting for Shabbat. Ya la 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 ya la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. The whole world is waiting, waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting, waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting, waiting for Shabbat. The whole world is waiting. Now we welcome Shabbat. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat, likabela, page 20. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat, likabela, la 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 lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat, likabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat, likabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, L'shem l'tiferet v'liti la 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 lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela. Louie v'shalom ateret bala, gam v'simcha v'tzola, toch emonei yam segula, boi chala, la 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 lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela, la 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 lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likad likad kala, pene pene Shabbat likabela. We rise and join together in our formal call to worship on page 28. Baruch Hu. Ya la ya la la, ya la 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 la, la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 please join with me as we read together on the bottom of page 31. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. The words roll into dark can be found on your song sheet. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Moreyom v'alayla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. We remain standing for the calling of the Shema, page 34. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated as we join together in Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu letotafot v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shofbecha uv'kumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha. Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Lema'an tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hiyatem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. Lihiyot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai. Adonai Elohechem emet. Julie Silver set these words of Ve'ahavta to music, and she created a chorus out of the central meaning of this text that we should teach God's commandments, teach this idea that we are always supposed to be mindful of that divine presence within us as we are going about our day, and most especially as we are coming back into our homes. It's when we come back into our homes that we can often let our guard down And this is the reminder that our home is like a mishkan, a mikdash, a holy place. On your song sheet. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. And so we did just that as we came to the shores of the sea. We are about to relive and retell our Exodus story, our Passover story that is imminently coming up next week. And our next prayer that is a part of our liturgy. Liturgy is our rubric of prayers, the order that it comes in. Zmicha Mocha. And it is our freedom song. As we stood at the shores of the sea, we looked out, we saw the horizon, we turned, and we looked, and we saw Pharaoh's men coming. And it is written, the rabbis teach us, that we are supposed to experience this story as though we ourselves personally were slaves in Egypt. So put yourself there, standing at the sea, and somehow, miraculously, as you're wading into the water, it parts, and you make it to the other side. And you're both joyous and feeling emotions that you can't name, and then you see the waters crash over Pharaoh's men, which of course gives you other emotions that you can't name. And Micha Mocha Ba'ilim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh is what Moses and Miriam sang as they stepped into freedom. We joined together in this Song of Freedom on page 40. Me ונאמר כי פרענו את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל יאללה לילה 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 יאללה לילה לילה יאללה Dear God, thank you for the uneventful days when they leave for school and come back. Routine doctor's appointments, boring Saturday mornings, because I know from the news that these are unwrapped blessings, tremendous gifts disguised as normalcy. So thank you very much for regular days. Love me. Let there be love. Page 43. From life's storms, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. Vishamru, page 44. Vishamru אותי לעולם, ושמרו לישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם. We rise now for the heart of our prayer service, our Amidah, our standing prayer on page 46. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Please join me on the bottom of page 50. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. And for the last time this year, we say, you cause the wind to shift and rain to fall. You sustain life through love, giving life to all through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We turn now to page 61 as we read together our prayer for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech ador lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech ador lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. We take a moment now for our own silent thoughts and prayers. At this time, we think of all of those in our lives who are in need of healing, who are in need of healing of mind, of body, of soul, and of spirit. And at this moment, I invite you to hold their names in your heart and send out those prayers of peace as we sing together our prayer of healing, Misha Berach, page 253. May the source of strength Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Tzav. Tzav. What are we willing to sacrifice? A poetic interpretation on this week's Parsha. I have no other country, even if my land is aflame. Just a word in Hebrew pierces my veins and my soul. With a painful body and with a hungry heart, here is my home. I will not stay silent because my country changed her face. And I will not give up reminding her and sing in her ears until she will open her eyes. Ein li eretz acheret, from the great poet Ehud Manor. The United States of America founded free will, liberty, justice, freedom for all, although that last part seems somewhat debatable in recent times. Tzav, what are we willing to sacrifice? Our beloved homeland, our Israel, the symbol of our divine inheritance, the everlasting covenant between God and our people, once filled with only desert rocks, flourishing, tended by chalutzim, agriculturalists, technological whiz kids, artistic dreamers, scientific motivators. Tzav, what are we willing to sacrifice? Living in Jerusalem, incredibly powerful, overwhelming, exhausting, and exhilarating. A year of my life without any of my family nearby, given to time on a different plane. The madness in the streets and markets just before everything closes for Shabbos. The desolate roadways on Yom Kippur. Time's agile bending and flexing are most visible in emotional depth and resilience that moves a person from the depths of 24 hours of grief immediately into celebration in a matter of seconds. Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut. This is an otherworldly and remarkable role model for the rest of the world. A worthy sacrifice, surely. America is full of vibrant colors, shapes, like an old, comfortable library or bookstore, quiet nooks, busy study tables, new wonder, tender dreams. Grit, tenacity, bravery, and faith, luck and love, and yes, privilege too, formed these foundations of color, desert, comfort, celebration, dreams. Perseverance. This is a worthy sacrifice. From above seems an idyllic dream. From below, tenuous terms of government or unseemly and grotesque interpretations of freedom. Sunday, March 26, 2023. Those Zionist pioneer grandparents and great-grandparents must be staring down at their kids' with proverbial tears of pride and joy. These people took to the streets to defend their country, to protect it, to preserve it, not against those who are not like them, but now in concert with those who are not like them. A rising up with virtually no violence, no guns, no police violence, no pictures of politicians being burned or hung in effigy, presence of people standing together not for hate, but for love, in the words of Daniel Gordis. Peaceful crossing of barriers and blocking highways did not stop even an ambulance from getting where it needed to go. A protester paved path, parted, professing an act of love, parting because someone was sick or in labor or needed help. It was not about hate. Monday, March 27th, 2023, Nashville, Tennessee. Tzav, what are we willing to sacrifice? The slaughter of children, grown human life given by those devoted to their safety. In a letter to Governor Louie, a citizen writes, "These children were your children. However distant we might be from the epicenter of that school and the survivors whose lives will never, ever be the same, we are all broken by these images." Oh, those tiny, tiny children. They're beautiful, beautiful protectors. How could we have saved them? What could we possibly have done to save them? Leviticus, Vayikra, this book that sits at the heart of our Torah, this is God's call to us. We must become more holy. We must bring ourselves to humanity, to this moment, a deeper sense of divine emanation. Parshat Tzav is a commandment, not a request or a suggestion. We must keep the fires of justice and freedom burning. We offer our choicest selections from animal to grain in this parsha, a veritable gourmet palette of olamim, offerings to rise in smoke toward God. These delectable recipes for korbanot, offerings of karov, draw us near to God. Tzav, what are we willing to sacrifice? My existence on the altar for the life of my daughter, for our greatest hope and strength, lies in our children's eyes, in their souls. Tzav, we must sing into their ears our commandments as though they were a divine emanation pleading, I want to live in a country that loves its children more than guns. Thoughts and prayers are useless to dead children. Why are we sacrificing our children? May a chance for hope sink into the deplorable desire to become a non-democracy anywhere in this world. A chance for Israel to sing into their ears until they open their eyes. Some have already opened. Can we sing into each other's ears until we open our eyes? 1999, Columbine was the first. 2023, Covenant School, Covenant Presbyterian Church, Nashville, just the latest. It is hard to see open eyes this week. Ein li eretz acheret. I have no other country. Although my land is aflame with gunfire, just a vision of liberty with her torch pierces my veins and my soul. With a painful body, with a hungry heart, here is my home. I will not stay silent because my country changed her face, and I will not give up reminding her and sing in her ears until she will open her eyes, and that will be my sacrifice. Keni hi ratzon, may this be God's will. אין לי ארץ אחרת, גם אם אדמתי בוערת רק, מלא בעברית חודרת אל אורכי, אל נשמתי, בגוף כואב, בלב רעב, כאן We rise as we're comfortable, as we move to conclude our service with Aleinu, page 283 at the top. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gidula le'yotzer bereshit, shehu samchel kenu li'ached et shemo, v'gor aleinu l'hamlich malachuto, va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nemar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Please be seated. As we near the final moments of our service, we think of our loved ones, those who have passed in recent days and those who have left us years ago. We can imagine them, their being surrounding us with love and with light. And tonight, we, as a congregation, particularly remember the following: Jose Maza, Henry Berg Brousseau, David Sean Bailey, Rose Snyder Hummel, Barbara Miller, Clara Wasserman Rowe, Joan Evers, Stephen M. Garber, Frida Garin, Manuel Gertie, Anna Oppenheimer, Ruth Cipher, Isidore Solomon, Hai Young, Norman Gaddy, Ernest Levy, Goldie Netter, Claude Albert Nussbaum, Marla Feinstein, Rosalie Mouser, C. Herman Weinberg, Susan Dunn, Mary Rosenberg, Elsa Schuster, Joyce Unrick, Roanne Victor, Sandra Latz, Tracy Shelley Lips, Stella Stiebel, Hania Weisskopf, A. Herman Greenwald, Lois Jolson, Joseph Schiffman, Norvin Vonderheit, in recent days, Lou Silverman. And we remember the victims who tragically lost their lives this past Monday in Nashville: Evelyn D. Kaus, Mike Hill, Catherine Kuntz, Cynthia Peak, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney. We join together in our Kaddish Yatom, our Mourner's Kaddish, on page 294, holding all of those names in our hearts and offering those names in our hearts of those who no longer have anyone to say Kaddish for them. If it is your custom and you're comfortable, please rise. Yit Gadal Ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divra Chirute Ve'amlich Malachute Be'chayechon U'v'yomechon U'v'chaye D'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'gala U'v'zman Kariv V'yimru Amen. Yehe Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam U'lalmei Almayim. Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yit Ba'ar V'yit Romam V'yit Naseh V'yit Hadar V'yit Aleh V'yit Halal Shemei Dekucha Barichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechemata Da'amiron ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ose shalom b'murmav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories forever be a blessing. Amen. We join together in another prayer for peace, this time in both Hebrew and a little bit of Arabic. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu on page 353. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'ol Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'ol Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'ol kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'ol kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'ol kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'ol kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'ol kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'ol kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, ve'ol kulam. Adonai, may you be with us as we go forth from this place in peace. May you protect us from the evil and the pestilence and the danger in this world, and may you elevate all that is good, all that is abundant, and may you help us to serve our highest selves and our highest purpose. We say together, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I invite you to say Shabbat Shalom to someone new and eat something yummy in our own egg. And don't forget to register, if you have not, for Passover. Good Shabbos.